Oh dear. My hair is too long. Oh, we already got tree people. Hello, tree people. I'm just gonna post the rules real quick. I got a bunch of stuff to talk about. First of all, welcome to the stream. Usually what I do is I talk... I'm Shiro, duh. And usually what I do is I talk about stuff that happened artistically either yesterday or during the past week. I'm just gonna move that up here so I can get a little bit more light on my actual face. There. And then we move on to Bootleg Cookie. I'm just gonna clear up a couple of things. And then we'll get to the news because I got a couple things. That happened. And one that happened literally this morning. So the good news is, in a way... Hi, Paul. I'm doing great. You will understand why very soon. So you're probably hearing some music. Probably very faint because I tried to keep it low so I can hear myself talk. So it was not... Technically, it was not the ping tuber that was having an effect on the Pretzel app. The Pretzel app is itself buggy. It didn't want to work. Like, I even completely rebooted the computer after yesterday's surprise live stream. So what I got going on right now is the web page. The music didn't stop, it's just the next song is rather low. I'm just gonna put that at max and lower the own volume that I am hearing, and then we'll figure it out as we go. But yeah. So at least today we're having a little bit of background music. So that's nice. My hair is too long, can you tell? I am not comfortable at all. So yesterday, because this past week, I received, if you weren't here yesterday for the surprise bonus live stream, that was a surprise for me too, because I got these like on Thursday, so didn't really have time to schedule it because I didn't want to schedule a live stream and not have the stuff. I got the stuff. I received a little gift from Olo Markers. Now, what they were supposed to do is because I had apparently won the May giveaway. I didn't even know they were doing giveaways. I mean, I was doing these color challenges since they were the distributor for Copic markers. Then Copic took away the licensing, but anyway. I was supposed to only receive these. That's May. Yeah, I was supposed to only receive these. But then they said we chose the winner a little late this month, so you're also going to get these, which are the June colors. So I was waiting on that. And then I opened the package this Thursday. So that's 4 packs, 12 markers, each a different color of Olo markers. So of course I tried them out for actual art yesterday in the bonus chance time live stream. They are not for beginners. I had a little trouble controlling them myself. I mean, they were great on non-bleed super specific marker paper, but on slightly less professional paper, they struggle a bit. even if they went right through it. But I'm not surprised at all. Alcohol markers will go through cardstock. And these are like extremely juicy on purpose because they are not pad based, they are cartridge based. The ink is sloshing around loose in there. Now for a more in-depth review, you should watch yesterday's live stream, the one labeled Chance Time. We will go in more in details there, but if you want a standalone video, say now. So what did I do? I had 2 wheels of morality. I had one for the suggestions that I received on Friday, and I had one for which set I will use for which piece. So we ended up with a purple Sam the Eagle. Oh, already 4 people. Hello, 4 people. A yellow Stitch that is now sold. Rei Hino in her pink overalls, which is also sold. And a dragon on a quest. That's the one that I showed you guys for the bleeding in the back. Which I have decided to call Erdworm. Because one of the most known heroes of Dragon Quest is Erdwin. So this is Erdworm. W-Y-R-M. And I already got a story in mind for this little guy. But yeah, it does have a lovely, even application, even on paper that is not specifically made for markers. It's still high-quality cardstock. But, like I said, it's more for multimedia than just markers. And these markers are juicy. That is their whole deal. They're juicy. So, if you're starting with markers, I would not start with Olo markers, honestly, if you ask me. They're not bad. They're just really juicy. And I'm used to markers, and I did struggle a bit with aiming with the nibs, but that's all in detail in yesterday's live stream. Like, if you gotta start, I would highly recommend Ohuhu's, personally. You got more control on the nibs. Anyway, oh shoot, I wanted to get out his little certificate, because I just put it away. Well, I'm not gonna go and fight for it. You'll have to take my word for it. So last night, there's this, there's this antique shop that I like to go to, usually with Mom. It only opens on Sundays during the summer. But Mom's at work, so I had to go by myself. Because they had a Pepsi branded sign that I wanted. And he didn't see my message to ask him to put it aside for me, so he sold it. Like, I arrived 30 minutes after the opening. And I missed out. Big deal. There's gonna be other signages. What I did get... Look at this magnificent little man. Look at him. For those who are not familiar, this is Asterix. Specifically, Asterix from the end of Asterix in the Cauldron. Look at it. Look at how smug and happy he is. This, of course, is to help stabilize him and staying up. First of all, look at the size of this thing. It did not register to me when I saw the pictures because the antique shop has a whole collection, but they're like $25 a piece. So yeah, no. I don't have that kind of budget. But this dude is like massive, not just in size, but he's heavy. He's got weight to it. And he came with his little box. He came with a little book that I did not take out either, so I'm sorry about that. And a little certificate of authenticity. If I'm not mistaken, he's part of... Yes, it is. I agree, Paul. He's part of a collection of magazines, quote unquote. You know those magazines that come out and you subscribe and then you get like a little figure or a piece of a collection. There was one a long time ago to build your own dollhouse. And like you can subscribe to it, and every month they send you a magazine, a book and a little thingy. If I'm not mistaken, this says 2012. Ouais, 2012, les éditions Albert René Goscinny Uderzo. So there you go. This is from the 2012 subscription magazine thing. Like, they had a whole collection. I don't know if they had the whole collection, but they had a whole collection. They even had baby Obelix from when he fell in the potion when he was young. I don't know the name in English. Comment Obélix est tombé dans la potion magique quand il était petit. A very beautiful album. But, like, I saw the picture, and all I saw of Asterix was him in his little box, and just this part. And I recognized him right away. I was like, oh! And apparently I didn't dig in all the figures because they were, like, on display on a set of stairs. And I didn't want to accidentally throw any down. But apparently there was a Jolie Thorax in there. I don't know his name in English either. And Jolie Thorax is one of my favorite characters. But, like, I really wanted this specific Asterix. And now I have him. And when I'm done with the live stream, I'm gonna go put him back with my cardboard displays for Le Papyrus de César. There. Got him out of the way so I don't accidentally hurt him. Everything is out of the way? Yeah? Alright. So yeah, that's what happened this week. So yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going to store my Olo markers. Probably like loose in my marker drawer because they don't fit in my tote. They're taller than my Ohuhus, and my Ohuhus like touch the top of the tote when stored up. I don't want to store anything sideways. I don't want to store markers loose. Like, there's a reason I got that tote for the Ohuhus. Like, they come in... The set I have is, like, not the biggest set, but one of the bigger set I just got here. What were you showing? Oh! I was showing a little guy that I just got this morning. Like, I got up, I had breakfast, I drove to the antique shop, and I drove back home to be in time for the live stream. And I got myself a little guy. A happy little Asterix. Look at that. Even his soles are slightly different brown. That's attention to detail. Apparently they're hand-painted. Some of them were a little fast because he's got a bit of skin on the gold here. And there's some gold missing on the sides. But anyway, he's got a little certificate of authenticity. And I better not drop him. He's pretty good at standing up by himself, but like, he's got some fragile details. At $25 a pop, I better not drop him. I think I'm going to hate myself for the rest of my life if I do. Not sponsored, but... Same thing for yesterday's live stream. It was not sponsored by Olo Markers. It was a prize I won. Yeah, for those who don't know, I am a huge fan of Asterix. So yeah, if it was just of me, and if I had had the budget, I would have walked out with the entire collection. Like, they had a couple new mids. I'm not going to describe what those are. They had O Catarina Bella Chichix. They had Amarix, which is Obelix's cousin from La Serpe d'Or. Like, they had some known characters and they had some one-shots. It was a pretty diverse collection. Also, this is less artistically related, but this week also I learned from a video about certain scheduling apps. I subscribed to one and I downloaded the other. One is desktop, one is web-based. and I am trying to use them together to schedule some posts on some social medias that cannot be scheduled. So far, it's not so bad. There's some stuff that doesn't really work, so I still... and some that are just, like, impossible to work with, but instead of spending an entire hour posting my updates, now it's like maybe 20 minutes if I take my time. And I have only like 3 places that cannot be scheduled that I just have to copy and paste the update. So that is saving me a lot of times. Even if I have to use 2 different programs, that is saving me a lot of times. Not sponsored. I am going to write down in the chat the softwares. There we go. Like that, now you guys know. Like, Postyburb is more focused on arts and stuff like that, so it has access to divine art. Fedica is more focused on social media, so it has access to like threads, and well, both have access to Blue Sky, stuff like that, you know. Fedica has access to LinkedIn. I think it even has access to YouTube, but only if you post videos. It doesn't post to the community tab. And Postyburbs is a learning curve, but it's not that bad once you kind of catch how it works. I still have to program some tag families in there, and that's going to save me some time again. That means more time to draw! Or play video games. Speaking of drawing, this is what we are here for, isn't it? So how about we get started? Today's adventure is just going to be cute. It's not, it's nothing fancy. It's nothing like out of the ordinary. It's just my dad being cute. I think we deserve a little bit of relaxation after the surprise live stream we had yesterday that lasted until like 4 o'clock. Just got some... Everything's working well here, with a huge delay and a huge double chin, but that part I can't do anything about. I will admit I'm a little annoyed that the app is buggy, because I like to being able to look at the app itself. Well, maybe it'll fix itself this week, maybe it just needs... an update. But the thing is, when I went to look on the pretzel.rocks website, there was no place to download the player, so maybe they're trying to phase it out. I don't know. So I'm gonna do my best to keep an eye on the chat. So any cool shit that happened to you guys this week? I know I also got a ton of scammers on DA. Like just yesterday I had another one for the mural scam, but at least they put in the effort of putting some emojis trying to make me believe they were an actual artist. Sent them packing. I did not have the time nor the patience for that. Not a busy week for me. I did a watercolor lesson at the local library. Oh, that sounds fun. I'm assuming it went well, like you give off the vibes of a capybara. That's a compliment. What did you guys paint? I bet it involved water. And by that I mean a body of water, like a lake. Before somebody starts being a smartass, well, yeah, it involved water because it was a watercolor. I wish this list was in alphabetical order. It would be easier to find my other... my other symbols. Holy shoot, 5 people. We have 5 people watching the stream. Hello, 5 people. At least my pretzel bot is still telling us what song is playing. It's just that the app is borked. Oops. Wrong pencil, Crunk. I do have another idea for another bootleg cookie in mind. Involving my dad again, because I know you guys love my parents. Which is good, because I love them too. Also, good news that I'm going to go get the link. Barbarian Queen Charybdis is now on. There we go. Is now on Global Comics. So if anybody is interested in purchasing a digital copy, it's right there. And if you got the copy and you read it and you enjoyed it, please tell us. Like that, we'll know if it's worth making another one. Because Lord knows we do want to make another one. Like, we had a great time working together to make the first one, and we want to continue the story. So obviously we need to know if other people like the story. Oh. Took you long enough to refresh yourself, buddy? Oh, oh, hello, 6 people. What is happening? And please continue. We have 6 people now joining us. Ah! That is such a big number. This is not sarcasm. And as I say that, I'm yawning in everybody's faces. I've been up early. I really wanted that asterisk if I couldn't have that Pepsi sign. And the Pepsi sign was sold in the first 30 minutes the store was open, so I had to fall back on the asterisk. So poor me. He was telling me that I had so many people yesterday talking to me. I didn't see your message. I couldn't put it aside. So, and of course, it's first come, first serve. So I was like eyeing the display, and I was like, no problem. There's gonna be other signs. And that's how I got my little asterisk. My huge for a figure asterisk, because when I think asterisk, I think about the figures I used to have as a kid. They were about this tall. And, whew. Like, he's big, and most of the other figurines are to scale. I say most because that baby Obelix is not to scale with the other figures, and he is huge. Like, about the size of my fist there. That's maybe about the size of 2 of my fists, because that would be the body, and, like, that would be the head. He's big. We also had a Mickey Mouse telephone at $65. I did not have the $65. I'd just be glad to fix whatever's wrong with the ringer on my current Mickey Mouse phone, because it used to be able to ring. Now it doesn't ring at all. I don't know why it broke. But it would have like a normal ringer, and then you could put it on silent, the normal ringer, and a ringer that would sing the Mickey Mouse Club theme song. Well, as instrumental, of course. Like, the phone would ring and it would go tat 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 tat. But now it doesn't do that anymore. And I am sad, because I love gimmicks. There's a contest I want to participate in for Clip Studio. The theme is colorful, and y'all know colors are my specialty. But the thing is, like, it would be nice to win the first prize, of course. But I wouldn't spit on one of the lower prices. Because there's one tier of prizes that is called the newcomer tier. And you could win, if you win the newcomer tier with your entry, you could win the Bluetooth version of the TabMate 2. Which means it would be a version of the TabMate that works on the iPad. Personally, I don't get, one, why it took them so long. Two, why the TabMate is still battery-based and not rechargeable. Or at least make it hybrid, because I know I would forget to charge it. Then again, I've been doing pretty good on my mouse. Because I remember my old mouse, who would absolutely devour its batteries. This mouse is rechargeable better. I'm thinking of adding the a snob water design to my drinkware. Does that sound good to you guys? Because I got a spring shop where I got more drinkware options than on my TeePublic. So I could do that. I'm drawing this and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get another comment where they don't understand. I had comments on the one where I sing Sweet Caroline. They were like, I don't get it. And I'm like, Google. Like, it's literally a meme song, so... Now this song that's playing right now, that kind of makes me think of the animes I used to watch as a kid. Like, I'm getting some mild Albator vibes. Oh, that's done. People are loving Dragon on a Quest. I might do a little one-shot with him. Of course, when I say little, it's never little. Never, ever, 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 ever. For those who don't know, today is Sailor Moon Day. Well, one of the many Sailor Moon days, but today is Yuseki and Chibiusa's birthday. And believe you me, that Twitter knows. I'm not complaining, like, yay, plenty of new Sailor Moon fan art. This is the opposite of a problem. Hi, Filtrated Lion. Nice of you to join us. While you weren't there, I reminded everyone that I am from Quebec. And I got myself a little guy. And I'm sleepy now because going out of the house is literally exhausting. So I want to take a nap, but first I must entertain the masses. I can finally relax now. Yeah, with my relaxing voice. Because nothing says relaxing like sounding like the devil of frogs. No, I would not do an entire live stream like that. Would give myself an aneurysm from all the oxygen not reaching my brain when I do that voice. Bold of you to assume I have oxygen reaching my brain. Anyway. Agreed. Dear Victory Racer, I love you. What's the theme of today's story? Just my dad being my dad. It's just a cute little him being a special flavor of weird that we all love. It's not as epic as last week, but they can't all be epic. I don't make these up. I'm drawing this comic so I have a lot of memories for when eventually, you know. That's why my stories are not all aesthetic either. Like there's a lot of slice of life autobiographical comics that I follow. And they're all cute and aesthetic and cute stories and stuff like that, and there is nothing wrong with that, okay? Nothing wrong with that. I am not shitting on them. If I didn't like them, I wouldn't follow them. But my life is not cute aesthetic. My life is my life, and y'all are going to have to deal with that. But if it makes you guys feel better, I'm planning a robbery for the next episode. And I will leave it at that. If anybody's about to call the cops, I am talking about a story, and we did not perform the robbery. Do not robbery other people. Oh, wait a sec. Insert joke here. I love Christmas songs, but I love them during Christmas time. Just like the Asterix movies. I only watch them during Christmas time. Because it's a Christmas tradition. The books, I read them whenever I want. But the movies, the cartoons, mostly, that's a Christmas only thing. Some people watch Die Hard at Christmas. I watch Asterix movies. And Lucky Luke and Tintin. That is the holy Christmas trinity in this house. Speaking of books, I should look up when the next little fluffy gigolo is coming out. Like we've been waiting years for the third book, and as far as I know, the third book should be the final book of that story. Little fluffy gigolo Pelou. Like, if I can try to resume what that story is without spoiling too much, Little Fluffy Gigolo Pelou is basically a little alien that wishes to find a wife so he can have a baby. And that's all I can say. It's drawn by Junko Mizuno. And I love her style. Like, I have a bunch of her books. I have The Little Mermaid, I have Hansel and Gretel, I have Cinderella, and I have Pure Trance, and of course, Little Fluffy Gigolo Pelou 1 and 2. And I know she announced the third one. I think it was last year she announced it. Didn't hear anything about it since, though. Well, that's not true. She did show some progress, but I would like to know where it's at now. But I am not going to ask her, because I do not want to be one of the many, many fans asking her and give her stress. And then she's not going to want to finish the book? No, 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 no. I will be patient. Also, I do believe it's next month that... Is it next month or in September? There's going to be a print version of Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees that I pre-ordered, and I'm waiting on that too. It's such a pretty book. Incredibly violent, but such a pretty book. Well, it is about a serial killer, so yeah. No, not you. There we go. When Dad cooks, he likes to have white shirts on. Because he's a chef. So he likes to dress up in white. So yeah, Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees is, to put it really simply, it's a furry comic. Everybody is an anthropomorphic animal, and it is drawn in a watercolor style. And it's horror, so, you know, I was drawn to it. Like, it's not exciting, like, at the seat of your pants every issue, but it's meant to be a small story in a small town, yes, in a small town. So there's like a calmness to it, which is why the watercolor look works really, really well with it. If it would have been like super polished like modern comic books, it would not have worked as well. The visual would have been like too energetic for the story. So it's 6 digital issues. And I'm trying to remember if the print version comes out in July. You had me at Furry. Where can I get a copy? On Amazon. That's where I got mine. Give me a minute, I'll go and get you a link if you want one. I'm gonna go on Amazon.com because I assume you are not Canadian. September 23rd. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. I'm gonna link you to the paper version for now. And then you'll just here you go. Oh, it got a little cheaper. That's nice. Oh, September 17 now. Oh, maybe it's 17 for Americans and 23rd for Canadians. Either way, soon, and it's a good book, and it looks really good. I hope you're into blood. It's not even me trying to be, ooh, I'm edgy, I only read horror comics. Have you seen the art in horror comics? Like, even in the most known horror comics, like the classic one, like EC and Uncle Creepy and Eerie, and like, these people, they worked hard on the visuals. And for some of them, especially in the 70s, like, they could, they had more freedom than American comics, because you had to have an in-house style, you know? You had to follow the house style. But with horror comics, they were free to experiment more. Like, there's one that Ditko did. Now, I'm trying to remember if it was for Warren or EC. You're correct, OIM. But Ditko had done some, I'm pretty sure it's for Warren. And the story was going on about this guy who would spend like these ridiculous amounts of money for books on the occult. But at the bottom of each page, you would see a panel with his eyes just staring at the reader. And the further you went in the story, the more those eyes started to droop and close. And in the story, when he found that extremely rare book that he actually killed the previous owner to get, he started reading the story, and the thing with that cursed book is that it had the knowledge of everything. It knew everything. And as he read, he found out that it knew about him. And he started reading his own story. And then he saw his wife creeping up behind him because he was spending her money. Like, he married rich. She was the rich one. And he was spending her money on all these cursed books. And he could see in the book her creeping up behind him with an axe. But he couldn't stop her because he needed to see what would happen next. Even if he knew, the book forced him to keep flipping its pages. And then he died. And then he has the same face as the last set of eyes that were at the bottom of each page. So the gimmick was, as you were reading his story, and he was reading his story, you would see him at the bottom of each page die a little bit more from the axe wound to the head. And you wouldn't see this kind of gimmick in DC or Marvel at the time. And there's this other story from later down. Oh, thank you, Annan. We are now up to 56%. Yay! We're more than halfway there. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear. I'll be good before I get yelled at. Not by you guys, that's for sure, but, you know, YouTube. We're reduced to talking like characters in a movie where they don't get the license for the products. Or else we get demonetized. I'm not monetized anyway, so what should I care? I'm not a big enough channel yet. So I'm trying. That sounds like an awesome story I need to read. Those are the type of stories I love to re-listen to. Such a thrill for me. Like, I like horror, but, like, I prefer, like, psychological horror, supernatural horror. Like, sure, there can be violence in my horror, too, but I need my horror to tell a story, you know? Even better if you've got gorgeous visuals to go with it. Now, of course, I'm an idiot, and I don't watch movies, so no, I have not watched a lot of horror movies. And the ones I did, do they really count? Because I watched Army of Darkness and Ernest Scared Stupid and about 20 minutes at the end of Evil Dead. And that's because I fell on it by accident while switching channels. And I was like, you know what, at the age I've got, I am going to watch. And it was fun, but I was like, oh, look at the cinematography, look at the camera angles. Oh, I love the trick they used here. So yeah. And there's some modern horror comics that are still really creative. Like, I've got a Boris Karloff Presents, a modern one that was advertised on Kickstarter, and I supported a Kickstarter. Now, what I thought I was going to get was books reuniting, like, the older Boris Karloff stories, but no, what it was in fact, it was new stories made under the Boris Karloff Presents label. But in a one, they are good stories, and a two, one of these stories is literally psychedelic with how they decided to go with the visuals. Now, I don't have it on hand right now. I'm pretty sure it's in my third bookcase. But I am not going to dig because we'll be here for a while. I have a lot of books. But when I say it's pretty, it is pretty. I will say that the story is about two restaurant owners. And one is the chef, and like he's the real chef. They're both supposed to be chef, but one is the real chef and he's the one that comes out with all the recipes. So the other chef is jealous, and he disposes of the first chef to steal his recipes. And like I said, the visuals are extremely psychedelic and high energy. And if you read the story and see the end, you'll understand why. But once again, I will not spoil it. One of my favorites has to be the one that are from the killer's POV, but you don't know until the end. Oh, that's another interesting one, too. Now, do you like when the killer gets their comeuppance? Or when you're in the POV of the killer, do you like when they get away with their crimes? Once again, YouTube, we are talking about horror stories. We are not siding with criminals. It usually depends on the narrative. Is he killing good guys? Is he killing bad guys? For fun, for profit? Or comes as a complete surprise out of nowhere? Here's a good one in a, well, I say recent, it's been a good couple of years now. But I should say like a modern retelling of the creepy magazines through Dark Horse. Like on the cover of that issue, there's a clown, and the story of that clown is that he believes he is an agent of God and will kill demons to protect children. But you're never sure if he's just, like, I don't know the name, all of the above, but you're never sure if he's just, like, hallucinating or if he really sees demons. Because, for all intents purposes, what he does is wrong. But to him, what he does is right. Because whoever he kills, it will always leave the children alive, thinking that he killed demons. But are they really demons, or is he hallucinating? We're never really sure. Like, sure, we see the demons when he sees them, but this is a case of unreliable narrator, because we see things from his point of view. So are they really there, or is it all just him, you know? And the art in that story is this beautiful ink la vie effect, like some really sharp, blotchy inks on purpose to make it look painterly. It's great. Oh, Coco's back. Making chicken soup from scratch. Sometimes I'll get leftover deli chicken wings and legs and such and make them into soup. Peeling the meat off is time consuming. Oh yeah, I know. Especially with the littler, like I don't like prepping raw chicken and prepping chicken in general. I like cooking chicken, and I don't mind prepping chicken, but at the same time, like so many little bonies. I'm listening to you describe horrors. I'm literally peeling meat off a carcass. And we're almost done too. I'm putting on the backgrounds, and then we'll be done for today. Well, it's good to know that I'm interesting background noises when peeling the flesh off of bones. I mean, I cook too. I'm a sous chef, so I'm not really bothered for real, but at the same time, you know. The first ever story I listened to, I need to read this, that made me love these stories was The Judge by Rona Vaslar. Ooh, what's that about? I just threw in the noodles, so I should have a delicious soup very soon. Nice! Me, I'm too tired to do anything difficult for supper tonight, so I'm probably just going to heat up some frozen souvlaki's. I already ate all the taco leftovers. Thank you for a great show, Shiro. Hope you and your commenters have an awesome week. Well, we hope you have an awesome week too, Paul. I'm gonna stay on a little bit. I just want to hear what the judge is about. Then after that, we'll close down the live stream for today. There we go. Well, yeah, I'm serious. We're waiting here until we get a little synopsis. So far, so good. Knock on wood. No, I'm not rushing you. I'm just warning everybody else that y'all get to look at my face a little bit longer. When Filtrated Lion is done, I'm going to try to read it like Symphony of the Night or something. What's his name anyway? Horror Symphony, I think. Yeah. Horror Symphony on YouTube likes to read horror manga, mostly horror comics, but mostly horror manga. So maybe not exactly like him, because he tends to talk like he's on a roller coaster, and that's not a bad thing, but you know. I mean, it could be worse. I could be reading it like Chills. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's right here on my screen, so I'm going to read it from here. The judge is about a vigilante that is cleaning up the town of crime, but then spirals. Whoop! It scrolled up. I have to start over. Good thing I have a separate chat window. I'm putting it over here. Let's do it again. Reading it as Chills. The judge is about a vigilante that is cleaning up the town of crime, but then spirals down to them killing anyone over the littlest of things. It was on a creepypasta episode. Number 9. I'm gonna get yelled at. But it's just so fun. It is such a recognizable tone of voice. I'm gonna get a cease and desist. I'm gonna get the Chills fanboy on my ass. Okay, I'll stop. I'm having too much fun. But that sounds psychological. That sounds good. That sounds like a good story. If read by anyone else but Chills. Anyway. So, of course, we finished the page. So you know what that means. Finishing the video with the usual extra special caramel drizzled, gold flecked, chocolate sprinkled, rainbow kissed thanks to our supporters Amber B, Paul K, Miss Anavis, Suri, Othered, Carl Bloke, Takashi Kanako, Badat Multiplayers, and Supreme Crimson Leader. Your continued support on Patreon and Ko-fi. It's short, but the ending really got me by surprise. Yeah, I'm still reading the comments. Is immensely appreciated. Next week, I do believe, yes indeed. Sorry. There will be another Colors of the Month challenge on Saturday, July 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know you. I don't know your life. And the usual Bootleg Cookie live stream on the 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. This was a very fun chat. We had a maximum of 6 people. We got to talk about horror. I got to show my little asterisks. Nothing but good things. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. I had a lot of fun drawing it. I had a great time today. But now I need a nap! I love you all. And bye-bye.